And everybody, welcome back to another edition of Inside the Zone with Mateo. It is Saturday, August 30th, 2025, and today we're talking about the NFL and the MICAH Parsons trade. I'll give you my reaction, and then we'll be seeing what I think it has to do with the entire NFC North and see how much of the Vikings, Lions, and Bears fear the Packers now. They now have MICAH Parsons. So that's all coming up on today's show of Inside the Zone with Mateo. Let's go. That is right, everybody. And today, for those who don't know, we start with breaking news. Yeah, if you guys don't know, MICAH Parsons was traded yesterday. And y'all would have known, even if you had like Adam Schefter's notifications on ESPN, you would have known if you would have checked my post sections. Check in my post sections daily. Turn those notifications on so you never miss a post. Because I posted it and I said, "Oh my Green Bay Packers! Full reaction coming Saturday in my final video of the week. Stay tuned." And then I included a screenshot of what Adam Schefter said on his X page. And he said this: ESPN sources, Cowboys are trading three-time All-Pro linebacker Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. Parsons and the Packers already have reached agreements on a 4-year, $188 million contract. And ultimately, they negotiated the record-breaking contract that includes $120 million fully guaranteed right at the signing. So he has $120 million in his back pocket now. And also that makes Parsons the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. And y'all know it's unfortunate because Micah Parsons is such a good player, and we have to lose him to our division rivals, the Green Bay Packers. And so we're going to talk about that in a second. But before we look at that, we're going to look at our batting order, our Inside the Zone with Mateo's show batting order, everybody, in case you missed it. This is a new thing we're starting really since Thursday or Tuesday's episode. One of those, I don't remember if we started it Tuesday or Thursday. I think Thursday's episode, it was the introduction to it. It's basically a lineup, a show order with a little sports baseball twist in it. And it's just kind of telling you what we're doing in the show. And there's only two things in today's Inside the Zone with Mateo's batting order presented by the way, guys, if you want to sponsor this, let me know. You can contact me using the form there's a link in my description. You can ask like feedback poll, and there's also if you want to get on the show. But even on that same poll, you can say if you want to sponsor this segment, because we're going to be doing it every single show or every single normal show we do. And there's two things, as I said: Micah Parsons trade reaction. So we already kind of started with that, and then the bulk of the show is going to be comparing the new Packers with Micah Parsons to the entire NFC North, and we're going to actually be doing something similar to this in other days coming ahead as we start the NFL season. We're going to be breaking down the depth chart of all these teams, but we're going to start with the NFC North, see which teams have the strongest positions in each division, but we're just doing the NFC North today in today's show. So everybody, sit back, relax, and enjoy, and I hope you all enjoy it. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Micah Parsons trade and my thoughts to it. So I was at soccer practice when this news broke, and so I got told on the drive home, basically on the radio and stuff. And my initial reaction is, "Are you kidding me?" And it's like you can see right there. Oh my Green Bay Packers. That's the reaction. It's like, are we kidding? Like, what are we doing? And also, what are we doing, Jerry Jones? The trade we'll dive into in a second, but like Micah Parsons, a Green Bay Packer, is just so unfortunate, and I just wish him the best. But man, we have to play him 2 years, and he's going to be a threat, and he's going to make the Packers better, I believe. I know teams are like analysts are jumping the Packers. Oh, the Super Bowl contenders now, and I don't want to overshadow that. And I say, hey, the Packers went 11-5 last year. I'm pretty sure 11-6, 12-5, somewhere around there, without a really good defense. Now they get a good defender in Micah Parsons. He's going to be making the most money besides a quarterback in the league. And that just says something about his talent, and the Packers are willing to pay him. It's just crazy. And like, they basically gave up nothing for him. Like 2 firsts and Kenny Clark. Like, Kenny Clark's like 2-3 years older than Parsons. So it's a really good trade for the Green Bay Packers. The Cowboys, I do not know what you're doing, Cowboys. But it is what it is. But yeah, it is a disappointing trade for a Viking fan. And that's what I'm coming to you from here as a Minnesota Viking fan based in Minnesota. It's just unfortunate. However, it is, as I said, a very good trade for the Green Bay Packers and a trade grade for them. We're talking about their side, and then we're talking about the Cowboys side in a second. That's an A-plus deal for your Green Bay Packers. 2 firsts and Kenny Clark are the end package that Dallas gets. Kenny Clark, a good defensive tackle in the NFL, just not compared to what Micah Parsons can do. So yeah, I mean, y'all get a good defender, but like, I know he's an All-Pro, but dude, Micah Parsons, it's Micah Parsons, y'all. And then only 2 firsts. I feel like you could have done 3, maybe even 4 for Micah Parsons. A bunch of people are trying this trade in Madden, and it just is not working. It's not even like in the green section. Like, if you play Madden, when you're making trades, when you offer trades to the teams, it's like the AI teams in like a franchise mode, they'll say, "Oh yeah, I'm interested. I'm not interested." Right? There's the 3 colors. The red means they're not interested at all. The yellow, they're kind of interested, but not totally. And then green is they're interested. They're getting like either reds or yellows when these guys are trying to put this trade in Madden. So it's just telling you, like, in general, then that trade is not going to work well for the Dallas Cowboys, unless of course they do draft well and the Packers end up falling. But if you think about this, these 2 first-round picks are going to probably be late first-round picks. They're going to be like very early second-round picks because the Packers are going to be in the playoff conversation for the next couple of years, and those are the Packers' picks. So the Packers got maybe pick 23. That's not pick 1. You're not going to be able to get Arch Manning next in the couple of years. Like, you're not going to be able to draft that. It's just kind of Jerry Jones, you've been in the office too long. You got to give it up. You're making money. You made enough money. Just step down. Like, why are you doing this? And it's just not good. And the one thing that I don't like at all about Jerry is he said, this trade makes the Cowboys better. I'm just so confused. Like, you got 2 first-round picks that you have no idea who you're going to draft for. And then a Kenny Clark, who, yeah, is good, but he's not a Micah Parsons. I'm like, what are you doing? You just extended CeeDee Lamb. You just extended Dak Prescott. You just signed George Pickens. What the heck are you doing, Jerry Jones? This is an F grade if for the Cowboys, if you can't tell. It's what the heck are you doing, Jerry Jones? I got no clue. You're making everybody else suffer. You're going to suffer. You have to play this guy week 4 in Dallas. That's going to be a crazy game. Or maybe in Green Bay. That's going to be a crazy game. By the way, the Packers upset the Cowboys in the playoffs last year. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Not in the playoffs. It was like, no, or was it playoffs? Yeah, no, it was playoffs. Like, what are you doing? So it's just very confusing, and I just don't know what the heck Jerry Jones did. I think Cowboy fans are pretty angry, and I think I would be too here on Inside the Zone with Mateo. But yeah, a lot more to get to. We're gonna, as you can see, have some depth charts open here, but I'm gonna keep that page open. But I do have something else I want to pull up because Dallas, you're suffering right now. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up for y'all. Ooh, yeah. Ready? Are y'all ready for this? Oh boy. For all you basketball fans out there, you do know what happened. Same Dallas team. Doncic, Parsons. These two superstars in the city of Dallas. And get this, there's even more comparisons. For first round pick, right? And an aging defensive guy. They got the Mavericks, got Anthony Davis, aging defensive player in the NBA. They got an aging Kenny Clark in this trade for Parsons. And these two, it's just crazy. Like, they don't go to LA teams. Both of them don't go to LA teams. That would have been crazy. Like, if the Chargers or Rams would have gotten Parsons, I would be saying, like, what are we doing, Dallas? But Jerry Jones and Nico, and then I don't know what, Nico Harrison for the Dallas Mavericks. Y'all, Dallas is going to hate y'all for a long time. But I did think this picture was kind of cool. I think it's circulating all over social media. Dallas, what are we doing? What are we doing, Dallas? So yeah, that's quite the story to lead off today's show. However, the other part of the show that we're going to get to is we're going to talk a little bit more relating to this, but we're going to say how good does this actually make the Green Bay Packers, right? So here is, right, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. But comparing the new Packers with Micah Parsons to the NFC North. And we're going to be using this little thing I made. Inside the Zone with Mateo. Comparing NFL divisions by positions, NFC North. For those who don't know who the NFC North is, it's the Minnesota Vikings, the Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Tigers. Okay? And there's 10 positions, and we're gonna see who has the best out of them, and then we're gonna see at the end here, out of 10, how many come in first, and then we're gonna decide who has the best overall team, second overall team, third overall team, and the worst team in the division according to this depth chart. So let me close this. So yeah, see, we're gonna be looking at the Chicago Bears depth chart, the Detroit Lions right there, Minnesota Vikings with JJ McCarthy. And then, of course, the Green Bay Packers. And I do want to say they do have Micah Parsons already as the right edge linebacker. Oh, they're actually going to say he's a defensive end, even though he's kind of a linebacker. He's kind of both. I'm going to count him as a linebacker, I think. Did Adam Schefter say a linebacker? He didn't say anything. What is Micah Parsons position? There we go. By the way, he's going to be wearing number 1. He is a defensive end. Okay, cool. He kind of goes to the linebacking position as well. So yes, that will be interesting to see. Yep. All right, I'm just kind of. There we go. All right. So we're gonna start. Do we start with quarterbacks? We're gonna go quarterbacks all the way down to special teams. We're gonna break down all of these. So we're gonna start off with the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers quarterback room consists of 2 guys, Jordan Love and Malik Willis. Jordan Love, one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. Young, he's a little inconsistent throughout the season, but overall, Jordan Love is a very good player, very good quarterback in the league. And Malik Willis is probably one of the best backups you can get in the NFL. So starting off strong, the, they have a good quarterback room. And if Jordan Love gets hurt, Malik Willis showed last year that he can step in and win them a few games. Minnesota Vikings little more to talk about because you got JJ McCarthy, right? Carson Wentz and Max Brosmer. Do not know how Max Brosmer or JJ McCarthy is going to be. And Carson Wentz is old, so I'm saying this quarterback room is a little worse. We just don't know what's going to happen with them, and I think I'd take Jordan Love and Malik Willis over this quarterback room for now. That might change. I'm high on JJ McCarthy as much as y'all know. I'm really excited to see him perform, but I just think right now you can't put him higher than Jordan Love. Next, you got Detroit Lions, and you got Jared Goff and Kyle Allen. So I do think Jared Goff is better than Jordan Love, but Malik Willis is definitely better than Kyle Allen. I think I would trust Malik Willis more to take over than Kyle Allen. That's just me talking here. And then you got Caleb Williams, Tyson Bagent, and Case Keenum. And I think overall, I like this quarterback room a little bit. But yeah, I think Caleb Williams, we've seen one season, but I think I would trust maybe even JJ McCarthy more just because we haven't seen him. And I was just not impressed by Caleb Williams at all last year, but he is a pretty good quarterback, and I do like him, and I just don't think we can put him ahead of JJ McCarthy. So, with that being said, we're going to put the Green Bay Packers. Going to put the Packers in first place here for quarterbacks, the Lions in second place, the Bears in third place, and yours truly, the Minnesota Vikings, in fourth spot for the quarterback room. I know it's pretty controversial because you could say, "Oh, the Vikings have a good, yeah," but they have a good wide receiving group. Well, that's wide receivers. That's not quarterbacks. And the Packers, I think, for me, take this quarterback room. Let's even write it: quarterback room. Quarterback room. If this was Sam Darnold, I think I would have him at third. I think just from last season, I think I'd have him a little higher than Caleb Williams. That was last season. Halfbacks. The Packers also have a good halfback in Josh Jacobs, but then Emmanuel Wilson, Chris Brooks, Marshawn Lloyd are just not very good backups, but Josh Jacobs is a top 6, top 8 running back in the league. You got the Vikings. They have Aaron Jones and Sean Mason and Ty Chandler. I really like this running back combo there, but Detroit has probably one of the best in the league because they have Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, who could be running back ones on any other NFL team. And then DeAndre Swift, it just shows you that the Bears don't really have a great run game for the meat right now. So that means they are going to be the worst run game in the NFC North. The Packers have Josh Jacobs, but that's it. I'm going to say they're third. I think the Vikings have a pretty strong run game, but they're not as good as the Detroit Lions, who have 2 running back ones on their squad who are really impressive. I really like them all in Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Wide receivers, however, are going to turn a little bit because you got Matthew Golden, Jalen Reed, Devontae Wicks, Sevian Williams, Christian Watson. You got a lot of guys injured for the Packers, though. And they also got Romeo Doubs and Malik Heath. Overall, it's a pretty good wide receiver combo room, but it's just not compared to the Vikings. The Vikings have Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. Jalen Naylor is pretty decent. We don't know how Ty Felton is going to be, but I really like this. And then we also have Rondale Moore. The Lions have Amon-Ra and Jameson. But other than that, they don't have many others. And then Chicago has DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and Luther Burden III. And you also got Zacchaeus and Walker and Devin. So this, I think, for the Vikings is the first win for the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings have a great wide receiver room. And then I would say the Lions with Amon-Ra and Jameson. Then I would say the Bears. And then I think the Packers wide receiver group is one of their weakest spots, which is why they are able to afford a top 8 running back in Josh Jacobs. So that's what it is. So as you can see, everybody except the Bears. No, Bears. Okay, never mind. There's been a different first place team, so everybody's tied up. We'll see if the Bears win any of these positions. Next up is tight end, and that's going to be Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave mostly. Those are your guys who are going to get the ball for the Green Bay Packers. Tucker Kraft, I would say, is another wide receiver, basically, for the Green Bay Packers. He gets the ball so much, and I really like him. But TJ Hawkinson is probably one of the top 4, top 5 tight end in the league. You also got a top 5, top 4 tight end in Sam Laporta. And then Colton Loveland and Cole Kmet, they're okay. But I think this is, again, a pretty easy list here, and it's going to be as followed. Vikings at 1, Lions at 2, Packers at 3, and Bears at 4. As you can kind of see a tradition. The Bears, the Lions have a very deep squad. They've been 1 and 2 every single time. The Bears have 2 last place finishes so far, but the Vikings have 2 first place finishes, which is pretty good. Lions have finished second 3 of the 4 times, which is pretty insane. The last part of the offense is that O-line, and we're going to take a look at the O-line. Rasheed Walker, Aaron Banks, Jenkins, Shen Ryan, and Zach Tom for the Green Bay Packers, which is a decent O-line. But Christian Darius, Donovan Jackson, Will Fries, Ryan Kelly, Brian O'Neill, that's a very good O-line for your Minnesota Vikings. You also got a very good one here in Penei Sewell, Graham Glasgow, Tyler Decker, Christian Mahongany, and Tate. But also, I would say the Chicago Bears lineup is a very good offensive line, highlighting Joe Thuney from the Kansas City Chiefs, Darnell Wright, Drew Dalman, Braxton Jones, and Jonah Jackson. And for this one, the Packers are going to have my last place finish, just because I think they're the weakest. I would say the Lions are going to have their first, third spot finish. I'm going to say the Bears get their second spot finish. They're not going to win as the Vikings have the best O-line in the NFC North. Now going to the D-line, flipping the side, this is where you have Rashawn Gary, Micah Parsons, and then the defensive tackles are okay. The Vikings, they have Jonathan Allen, Jalen Redmond, and Javon Hargrave, which is a little different. You got the 3-4 rather than the 4-3. You got Aiden Hutchinson, Tyleek Williams, J.D. Reader, and Marcus Davenport, which is a very good set of defensive ends and tackles. And then you got Montez Sweat, Grady Jarrett, Darrow Abanejigbo, or something like that, and the Gravendex our senior. Again, I'm sorry, Bears fan. I'm not trying to hurt you. It's just you have the weakest here. I would say the Lions. Then, no, I'll go Vikings. Vikings, Lions with Aiden Hutchinson, especially. Hopefully he's back in the Packers. With the Micah Parsons trade, you have to give it to them. Linebackers are a little different story. The linebackers, as you can see, are okay. Cooper, Walker, Duffy, McDuffie are your guys. The Vikings linebackers are just so good. You got Jonathan Grenard, Blake Cashman, Andrew Van Ginkel, and Ivan Pace Jr. For Dallas, Detroit, my bad. Alex Anzoni, Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes are a very good set of linebackers. And then you got Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, and I do not know how you say that name, but it's also a good one. And I think for me, I'm going to be having the Bears coming in second place again, with the Lions coming in third. And I'm sorry, Packers, your linebackers are okay, but I'm just saying the Vikings. Vikings have a top 5 defense. I took them in fantasy both times. I think I have them in both of my leagues. They have a very good defense. They do not have a good set of corners, however, which I think this could go to any other team here. You have Kirsten Nixon and Nate Hobbs, which is an interesting set of corners. For the Vikings, you have Byron Murphy and Isaiah Rogers, which is not too bad. Dallas. Why do I keep saying Dallas? I keep saying Dallas. It's Detroit. Detroit has Arnold and DJ Reed. Chicago has Tyreek Stevenson and Jalen Johnson. I really do like Jalen Johnson a lot. Before this, for corners, I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it to the Lions first. The Vikings second. Like Isaiah Rogers and Byron Murphy's is a good set. The Bears with Jalen Johnson are going to be number 3, and the Packers are going to finish 4th for corner. So we got 2 spots left. We got special teams and safeties. And let me tell you, the Green Bay Packers have a good safety in Xavier McKinney, and Evan Williams. The Vikings also have a good safety in Joshua Metellus and Harrison Smith, which is a very good duo. You got Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch from Detroit, and then Kevin Byard III and Jacobian Brisker. And you got a lot of good safeties in this league, in this division. I don't know how I'm gonna pick. Detroit's good. Okay. Man. Okay, we're gonna go do this. Like Xavier McKinney is one of the best safeties in the game, but Evan Williams doesn't match the equivalent to the other guys that they have. Dude, the Packers, I'm going to give them the worst safeties in this division, followed by the Bears, then the Vikings, and then the Lions. And finally, we got special teams, and let me just tell you, the Lions have one of the best kickers in the entire game in Jake Bates. They're going to be number 1. The Vikings are going to be number 2 with Ryan Wright and Will Reichert. As you can see, Detroit has Jake Bates and Jack Fox. Chicago has Santos and Taylor, while they have McManus and Waylon. And it's just, y'all, Bears, you got that. And then the Packers are going to finish 4th for the 4th straight time. And this is time to count it up. The Bears do not have a first place vote in any of these. The Lions have 1, 2, 3, 4. The Lions have 4 out of 10 spots. The 1, 2, 3, 4. No way. Dang, it's a tie. And then 2 for the Packers. And that gives you 10. So we're gonna see if we can decide on a tie break to see who has it. So I gave the halfbacks. Yeah, that's gonna stay. Wide receivers, tight ends. Yes, that's gonna stay. Corners. Would we give the Vikings an extra corner spot? I wouldn't say that. I would say maybe give them the D line, but that would mean the Packers would only have 1, and that's Micah Parsons. And I would say no to that. We could give Jared Goff the best quarterback. But I think I'm just going to leave it there. So it's kind of a tie-up between the Vikings, Lions. Packers are kind of behind. The Bears got nowhere to go, unfortunately. Hopefully they can rebuild effectively. But it's just my opinion. You never know. Things could change for sure. This has been Inside the Zone with Mateo, and I think that's all good. That's gonna do for today's episode. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you like this video, continue to support my channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn the notification button on so you don't miss any videos or posts. Hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to keep God first. Peace out.